Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
What's going on?
We back. We got a fun one today, y'all.
You know?
Man, we got a really fun one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all gonna love this one.
Yep.
But first, did you know that Chicago used to be in the Eastern time zone?
I did not know that.
I did not know either. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild. If you didn't tell by the title, this is about the time zones. Clearly, we're talking about it on a Chicago-based podcast, so it must have something to do with it.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. We'll tell you after the break. 77 Flavors of Chicago. Let's go.
It's Sarah.
And it's Dario.
And we traveled through all of Chicago's 77 community areas. We shared some great stories and took you to our favorite restaurants.
But you know what? There's more Chicago history and food to discover.
So join us as we connect you to the greatest city in the world.
You know why? Because this is 77 Flavors of Chicago. I swear that thing never get old. This one, I'm glad we hit with this one.
Yeah. Thank you, free music.
You know who?
.com. No,
shit ain't free. Shit. You definitely paying that monthly. Well, it's free now.
Are you a doodler or you're a pacer when you're on the phone?
Yeah, I'm definitely a pacer.
You're not a doodler though. You don't doodle.
Doodle sound weird.
Not doo-doo.
No, that's
doodle.
Doodle.
Doodle. Oodles and doodles.
You said not doodle. I'm a doodler too.
I was gonna say we know, but they don't know.
Dang, wow, that's messed. That's way too much information this early.
Okay, it's too much information for me too.
It is. It is. Sorry about y'all Monday morning. If this is your first thing you listen to.
Good morning.
Sorry. But what's cracking?
You know, just vibes.
Yeah, vibes is good.
Vibes is good. That's my general answer.
Ain't it?
Just vibing.
Yeah, just vibing.
You know, just going through the motions.
No, you ain't going through the motions.
Being grateful. No, in a good way.
Okay, good. In that way.
Not going through the motions as like hamster wheel.
Yeah.
No, more of like just, being grateful and vibing and just
being.
Just being.
Just being. Just existing. Being. I'm vibing. But I had some issue with the technology lately.
Did you?
Yeah, you know the warranty issues I've been having.
Oh yeah, you've had like multiple things just crash.
Go out. So like all the shit that I love a lot is just dying. For example, the first thing that went out was my Lume Cube light.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So that went out. It was the first one been bad for a long time, but then Lume Cube
sent your replacement.
So graciously sent me a replacement, no charge, and I got to keep the old one that actually. I don't want to say it still works in case they're listening, but it's just broken. It doesn't work like how it should work. It really
doesn't.
It doesn't work like how it shouldn't work. But the new one they sent me days later just won't turn on now. It just won't turn on. Crazy. So I keep saying Rode. Lume Cube, send me another one, y'all. Now here's this. Check this out. Like 2 days after that, I'm on a photo shoot. I got a photo shoot, a dope one. I'm out there flashing. Literally not flashing. No, not naked. Not like
just
that.
Booty out.
Just on the photo shoot. This is a different type of photo shoot, y'all. Weird. Sarah's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I'm out there. I'm out there doing that, right? And I flashed my light, right? And I was doing my test shots, trying to get a feel for the room, how the lighting gonna be, and what I got to work with. And I took a flash, and the shit popped in my ear. I'd never heard a pop and a flash like that from my onboard camera flash.
Yeah, that's wild.
It just popped in my ear like that. I text Sarah. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. This just happened.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. After that, I took 2 or 3 more shots. And then I start, I was like, all right, I got my feel for it. And as it's about to start, the damn flash was broken, busted, out, gone.
Yeah. So
I had to go the whole shoot without one. Luckily, somebody that was in a shared studio, one of the spaces was a photographer space, and the girl went all the way back home, not far. She went and picked it up for me, so I salvaged the rest of the photo shoot. But the cool thing is, the lens that I have is an amazing lens, all $3,000 worth. Mm-hmm. It don't even look like I'm missing the flash.
Yeah, that's wild.
So
I feel like hearing this story for the 4th time is exciting.
To you. But somebody out there's like, oh my God, tell us the exciting conclusion. Here it is. I called Godox. That was the light, the company that makes the light. I didn't call them. I tried to get them. They're a Chinese company, so they really don't have American contact. I was talking to a robot. I have not heard back. I am out of it. It is clearly in the warranty. It's 6 months in,
Yeah.
So now I have to legit just buy another one on that one.
No, you're about to get him to send you another one.
How? When you can't talk to him? I'm trying.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, because I want the better model anyway. but actually here, look, I could do a test for y'all. Y'all probably can't hear this. You heard that?
I heard it. Ooh.
Okay, you hear the beep?
Yep.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to do that.
Really?
No, it's supposed to flash when at least when it's supposed to like flash. You're supposed to hear, but that means
what?
A flash.
How does it sound?
No, come on now. Don't do it. This 2 episodes in a row. You ain't 2 or 3. I don't know. I can't even remember. Yeah, that's a flash sound. Mm-hmm. Taught that in improv.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, enough about me. It was that was it's been a traumatizing.
Yeah, that's been rough.
It has been for technology. And then somebody stole that package for our microphone. The little piece that helps it hang magnetized.
It's been a rough week.
It has been unreal. Somebody just stole it off. First time we had stolen packages. That's crazy. That is, and luckily I had to go through Road, and the Road now for real Road. They sent me back another one. So
Road is so nice.
Yeah, Road is pretty dope. Yeah. How's your mic over there? You feeling good over there?
Yep.
There you go.
I'm good.
There you go. All right, let's jump into it before
you don't want to ask how I'm doing?
Go ahead.
I don't want to talk about
it. Come on. See, look, your mic is you ain't gonna talk about it.
I honestly don't have anything new to add, so we could just jump into it.
The cool thing is, next week we'll be able to tell everybody about our trip to.
Because you're technically still listening to pre-recorded content, folks.
How does that feel? How does that feel for us to tell you that? Don't let's do it. It's whatever. This is the cool kids club. But anyway, so let's get into it. You ready?
Ready.
Dude.
Well,
you hate that. You hate that. Y'all, like I said, if you can't tell, we are talking about the time zones today and how Chicago played a part in it.
I never knew that Chicago had anything to do with time zones.
Yeah, Chicago really has something to do with everything.
That's very true.
Very true. If you think about a random piece of shit, something.
Yeah.
Some way Chicago has something to do.
Literally.
Some way. You know what I mean? And this one is crazy because this is countrywide. It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So let's just kick it off, y'all.
Kick it off.
Yeah, let's just kick it off. As y'all know, we've been talking about CTA, trains, buses, and all that. Because we haven't really talked about buses. We'll get to that. But trains have been a big part of the 19th century. So 1800s, y'all. Huge part. And we never talked about how do people, how did the train companies know what time to drop shit off, right?
Right.
I mean, for the most part, just like how everybody does it, you look at the sky,
the position
right?
of the sun.
Position of the sun.
And you kind of read that little, I don't know what it's called, but where the shadow reflects on the little stick in the middle, and it tells you what time it is. What time it is.
And that's how it goes, right?
But think about this. You could travel, a few miles
and
east or west, and it's slightly different.
Well, so that's a good that's a good lead in there, because there were in 19th century there was about 50 to 100 different time zones.
They were wilding.
They were wilding. I don't know how we're gonna deliver this package.
Who let that happen?
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna deliver this package at 12 o'clock our time, maybe yours. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So, and a lot of times, let's think, for example, New York, 12 o'clock is a few minutes ahead of
like Pennsylvania or something.
Pennsylvania's noon. So if you think about that, it was never the same, and they're relatively next to each other. So Chicago, this is where Chicago came in. And actually, as a matter of fact, let me give you Chicago's time zones. So our time zone, and believe it or not, this is when we were in the Eastern time zone. Our official clock, because every city had an official clock that they worked off of. We had 2 official clocks, official in quotes there. The Allegheny City clock that was located in Pennsylvania, we went by that clock for a long period of time.
Okay.
And then the other part of the 18th century, until things became official, we used the Dearborn Observatory that was located at the University of Chicago. Again, University of Chicago being at the forefront of some shit. This was just a big mess, right? Obviously, this is what I'm telling you, setting the precedent that it was a mess, right? So all the major railroad companies, because that was the big means of, America growing.
Yeah.
They all said, hey, let's meet somewhere. Let's meet and let's try to figure this thing out. We need to get on the same page, right? Same standardized map. 1883, at the corner of LaSalle and Jackson, right here in Chicago, in the business district of the Loop, they met at the Grand Pacific Hotel. At the Grand Pacific Hotel. Now, fun fact about the Grand Pacific Hotel: the Grand Pacific Hotel was destroyed by the Great Fire,
right,
in 1871. So 12 years prior. Okay, it had been destroyed, had been rebuilt. Here we are in 1883. Sorry, for them in time to have this meeting, right? So that's a fun fact. Yeah. Also,
that was 100 years before I was born. Damn,
ain't crazy. Is 99 before I was. here's 99. Oh shit, yeah. What am I talking about?
99.
Yeah,
it was 110 before I was born.
So here's another little fun fact. The Grand Pacific Hotel was part of the Big Four hotels. There was a big four hotels.
Big Four.
Yeah, so like major elaborate hotels. One was the Palmer House, the Grand Pacific Hotel, the Sherman Hotel, I believe it is.
Oh yeah.
And then there's another one I am forgetting. This is Dario going off top of the zone, y'all. I don't know it. I don't know that one. But it was, the point is, this was a major hotel. Okay.
Right.
So that's why they convened at this spot.
Yeah.
In this meeting, they discussed all the time zones and all the issues. Eventually, they came to a head and said, hey, we're going to divide the country into 4 different time zones.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the continental United States, right? We're going to divide them into 4 different time zones. And so that's what they did. Later on in that year, November 18th, 1883, that was a Sunday, in case you're wondering, the new time zones went into effect. Okay. But that wasn't an official thing. We'll get to that. So it went into effect. All the railroad companies, everybody planned it out, and said, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to move. The official clock that they used was at an observatory in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was at I think it was called the Pennsylvania Observatory. Where it's located in Pennsylvania, I don't know. But it was that's where the centralized clock was for everybody. Now, go ahead.
I was going to say, I have the answer for the Big Four post-fire hotels.
What are the Big Four?
The Palmer House, the Grand Pacific, the Tremont, and Sherman House.
There we go. I knew it began with a T. I just couldn't. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Very nice. I got 3 out of 4, 75%. C student ain't bad, it's not bad. So get this now. So that was 1883 when it was official. Chicago, we set the tone. We said, hey, here's the time zones.
Yep.
Congress didn't pass that until 1918.
That's wild. Did you know? I don't know if you have this in your notes, but after post World War I is when they decided that they're going to standardize it. They only had 5 time zones at the time. Now we have 9.
Yes, I don't have that in my notes, but I was wondering.
The ones that were added were Alaska, Hawaii, and I believe Samoa.
Well, here's so. To my point, reason why I don't have that down because I'm talking about just the continental.
Continental. 5 in the continental United States, I believe.
Yeah, there's 5 in the continental United States, but they decided at the time to switch it to it was 4 different. Now it's 5.
Yeah. Well, no, is it 4 in the continental United States? It's Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
Yeah,
and then you have
there's 4. Yeah, there's 4.
Alaska, Hawaii, and.
All right, enough of that.
Okay.
Yeah. They divided off. Chicago officially was like, "Yo, here it is. This is what we're doing." So dope ass Chicago shit again.
Yeah.
But like I said, 1918 is when the Congress actually recognized and said, "All right,
the Congress."
Yeah, we'll be like, "All right, cool, we'll take it."
Fine.
Like what? Like
that is wild.
Ain't that crazy? How like the country was already doing it, and then that's when they were like, "Damn, this is a good plan."
It's funny because like
how can we make money off of it?
Literally, this is like the difference. This is the kind of clash between companies like private institutions and the government, and it's like private institutions knew the solution 40 years before the government did, but the slow move of the government was like, no, we'll do it later.
Yeah, right. Something don't seem right about
it.
this. We can't let the people decide this shit.
Yeah.
What? Damn, just let us be.
I mean, who would decide that? Who would decide time zones? Is that like a government body decision? That's a weird thing to think about.
Right. I mean, like, right. Or who?
I guess it's legislation, right?
It had to be. It would have had to been the people. Though that's working it. Like,
but think of like now that they're trying to eliminate daytime savings.
Yeah.
That has to be something that's like voted on.
Yeah. Well, they should talk to us, right? Talk to the people.
We all hate it. Y'all know it.
Right.
Stop changing the time.
Do what y'all got to do to give us more daylight at night.
Yeah.
Because
stop making the sunset at 4.
4 o'clock. What the hell is that?
That's all I want. I just want the sunset to set at 5:30.
That's it. All right. That's a small tangent, but if you're wondering what happened to the Grand Pacific Hotel, because I know somebody out there that's from Chicago is probably like, well,
there's no hotel there.
There's no hotel. What are they talking about?
You're clearly from the 1920s.
Yeah. Right.
You're a time traveling banker.
Let me do it in Chicago. Nah, those guys don't know what they talk about. That's not Chicago accent.
What is that?
I don't know what the fuck that was. I can't even do a Chicago accent. We ain't got no accent.
You have a Chicago accent.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I just got a regular. I talk regular.
I talk regular.
Anyway, Grand Pacific Hotel. It was torn down a year later.
Yeah.
1919, they took that shit down. I don't know why they took it down, but they did. It's gone. It is no longer there. In its location is a building that they built.
Correct.
I believe it was 1924 when they built the building, and they built it to look very, very good. Actually, to look like the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, right across the street. They put the colonnades up there.
Yep.
It's like a workspace. There's shops in there. You can go in there. Fun fact: we learned when we were out there that there is a money museum that you can go to.
Literally inside.
Yeah.
But it's inside the Federal Reserve.
Inside the Federal Reserve Bank. Where, fun fact, don't try to take pictures in there. Yeah, don't take pictures.
It's illegal.
They got a man with a gun in there.
Daria got called Sweetie.
Yeah. right. And you know motherfuckers be mad. People be mad at you.
Wow.
I'm a comedian, whatever. They know people be mad when you get called Sweetie and they tell you to stop something. Sweetie, stop. That means I'm gonna kick your ass.
You can't take pictures in here.
Yeah. You see, she said that like I was stupid too.
No.
It was no. Well, when I say something like that,
we want to go back, so don't say that.
We wouldn't go back. I'm not mad. No, I'm not mad at her. She was right. I'm in the bank taking pictures. That looks suspect. With a nice ass camera, microphone, and everything. Yeah. That man had.
It's just the lobby. You can't take pictures. In the lobby.
Yeah. I'm sure you can't take pictures anywhere in there.
Can I tell you a little fun fact?
Yeah,
Did you know that to rebuild the Palmer House, it took $1.7 million in a loan, and that was the largest individual loan at that time.
Damn.
November of it was built September 26, 1871. 13 days later, it was burnt.
Damn. Well, everything.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
And then they reopened November 8th, 1873.
Well, let me tell you, that Chicago fire, wow. If you was a building built like in September of 71,
ooh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Lord is right. Like, that was a bad time. Anyway,
but it was actually purchased so it says between 1924 and 1927, the Palmer House was rebuilt on the same site, but in stages. And then it was purchased in 1945 by Conrad Hilton, and the Palmer House became part of the Hilton. Hilton Group.
So they was just circulating that money.
Yeah.
They was just filtering that bad boy.
I mean, it was Hilton.
Not mad.
Imagine the generational wealth.
Having that money.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, having that money. One more thing. You probably, like I said, what is the building? Fun fact: if you're in Chicago, you can go see everything we're talking about. Or if you are already a resident here and you haven't seen this, go down there because it's really cool. They have a plaque on the building, just like they do everything else that's historic here in Chicago. And it talks about this is the site of the Grand Pacific Hotel and what went down.
Yeah.
Also, that fateful day in 1883 was called I think it was the the day of two noons, something like that. Which is pretty cool because it was they finally getting the time right. It wrote the time rolled back that day. Can you believe if you were like, yo, it's 12 o'clock, now it's 12 o'clock again? What? We got to start over. We resetting shit. And that building that is currently there is called the Central Standard Building. Ah, my goodness, it's so beautiful. If you look at it,
it's a really pretty building.
Very pretty building. If you look at it, right at the entrance of it, you look underneath, there is a picture of the Chicago River. You can see the Y, Wolf Point right there.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Because it wraps around the corner. So, the main entrance, there's the Wintrust entrance and then the main entrance.
Little Easter egg. Sarah found another Easter egg.
I did. I actually, I was just going to say, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But so across the street at the Chicago Board of Trade building, there are two statues that sit in kind of like a little courtyard with a fountain behind them. And what those statues they were on the original Chicago Board of Trade building. And when that building was demolished, the statues disappeared. And they later found them in 1971 in a forest preserve.
Oh, wow.
That was
owned.
That's crazy. Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That's
1978.
Creepy.
Sorry. They were hidden in a forest preserve, and the preserve that area belonged to it was part of the Cutton estate. I don't know who that is at this moment in time, but I'm sure someone will tell me. But they don't know how they got there. They don't know how they moved from LaSalle.
They took them.
I mean, I'm sure, but like the building was.
That is a mystery there.
Yeah, they don't know how they got there. But the two statues represent industry. That's one thing. Is like I'm assuming like the Industrial Revolution industry, and the other one represents agriculture.
Wow, and
they're pretty nice statues. There's
nice.
There's a plaque right there. You can go look at it.
They are very nice. The one that has is agriculture. You can see the a basket of fruits.
Yeah.
Right next to it. It's pretty dope. But I almost want to do some more research to see. I bet you we won't get any answer if they haven't gotten an answer. Or maybe there has been a resolution.
Maybe that plaque is old. Well, that plaque is old.
What if we go to that
uncover it?
Yeah, what if we go to that reserve and try to like find out why do I got hiccups?
Well, we won't know how they got them off the building.
Right.
And like across the city.
Y'all, how did that happen? How did
no one documented
these are big statues. How did you take
statues?
They got to be at least 2 tons.
I mean,
4,000 pounds, maybe 3 tons.
They're 12 feet, 5.5 ton granite statues.
Oh yeah, who took
It was
these?
at the Hidden Lake Forest Preserve near Downers Grove.
All the way in Downers Grove?
All the way in Downers Grove. Until 1978.
Come on now. Who got on 294?
It was Arthur Cutton. He was the Chicago Board of Trade spectator.
So he got fired. And he got pissed off, disgruntled, and was like, "I'm taking this shit."
He was like, "I'm running my statues out."
But they look pristine.
They do.
Wow, this is a mystery. Maybe we should dive deeper into this.
Maybe
because this is interesting to me actually. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean the granite. So
right. How did they get missing? Why? How do we end up on this scary topic right now? Spooky. Yeah. Anyway, that's the story about how Chicago.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, that's how Chicago had the time stone.
the time stone.
Yeah. Chicago.
We just need 5 more. 4 more.
4 more. Chicago will control everything. But we're going to go to the food part.
Yeah.
But the food part y'all going to love because
you're going to love it.
We sat and talked with celebrity chef, good cook, all around Chicagoan, food channel, good cook. Please don't listen to that part.
He's a good cook.
He's a good. My chef dad, chef dad.
Yes.
Jonathon Sawyer.
Oh my God.
And his restaurant Kindling, and man.
Yeah,
good dude.
You're gonna hear our conversation with him, and then we'll come back as in studio Dario and Sarah.
Yeah, but first.
Some ads.
We're going to go
some shmoney.
Go to the break. We're back.
Hey, baby.
I like that we're starting this with you squeezing lime on the seafood salad.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I got hospitality in my blood. I can't turn it off. I'll be like at your house. I'll be doing the dishes and shit. You know,
I love
got
that.
one gear and it's on.
Have you ever been to a restaurant where the chef sits at the table and plates the food when you?
Only my friends' houses, right? Yeah.
That's dope. So,
All right, so chef, for the one person listening that doesn't know who you are, can you please introduce yourself?
I am Chef Jonathon Sawyer, the chef partner here at Kindling, James Beard Award winner, Food and Wine Best New Chef, Chop Grill Master Champion,
Talk that talk.
Alex vs. America Champion,
Talk that talk.
twice loser on Iron Chef, once loser on Tournament of Champions. And I can't tell you about guys' grocery games, but I would watch it if I were you, because
Let's
I
hit
do
it.
real good, and I can't say how good I did because they'll sue me for $1 million.
$1 million.
a milli?
The NDA is $1 million, so
We don't know
Wow.
nothing.
throw that key out. But
Yeah, we don't know.
watch it,
Yeah, yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Watch it. We're
That's
doing
dope.
good.
I love that.
Well, that's really dope because we are here in Kindling, Chef's Restaurant. Just recently opened up.
February.
Man, brand
February?
new baby, open
Yeah.
in February.
How
This
you
year.
feeling?
I'm proud of her. I
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah, yeah.
honest. It was, I get in this project. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we knew it was ambitious.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
wood fired in Sears Tower or Willis Tower has never happened before.
Right.
Going for a serious review never happened before.
Yeah.
Right.
Hard corner of Adams Franklin, where we find
Yeah.
ourselves right now. One of my
Yeah.
favorite pedestrian corners in the city to watch this metropolis go by and enjoy
Yeah.
some
Right.
drinks and food. So, it was a lot. But then we opened our doors and we're like, kaboosh!
Yeah.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my God, this
I mean,
is so
how are you surprised?
busy.
Right,
don't
right,
know.
right. Yeah, how are you surprised? Like,
Sometimes when you are an entrepreneur, you're willing yourself to a place of believability.
yeah, right,
And
right.
it may not
right.
be the truth yet, but someday it's going to be the truth.
Yeah.
We opened the doors and we were like,
This is it.
300 the first week, 400 the second week. This is per day. And we were hitting
Per day?
500 people per day by the third week.
Oh my
That's
God.
amazing.
And we were just like, you're hired. Can you breathe? You're hired. Are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
alive? You're hired. Can you look me in the eyes? You're also hired. All right. We got to train you now.
Yeah,
Because
that's-
you're in the system. But
That's so dope.
it's so much better than the opposite.
Right.
Like some people are terrified to open in February and like
Yeah, right.
we
yeah.
know the north, we know the
Right.
weather, we know we don't leave
Yeah.
our houses, but just this building and this
Yeah.
the loop and Willis Tower, we're looking for
Right.
a renaissance.
Right.
And they're
Right.
looking for some people to help them hang their hat on and not
Right.
look at it as a
Yeah.
second tier neighborhood only for doing business
Right.
and
Right.
affordable housing. It's
Right.
so much more than that. And
Yeah.
I think when you look at the building the way that I can being inside of it, or you look at it from a observer's point, Tuesday through Thursday, there's a ton of commerce in here.
Right, right.
Friday and Saturday is when you get the tourists and the townies.
Yeah.
And you get a crazy blend of people that are waiting all week to go out for supper or don't work in the 5-block radius,
Right.
10-block
Right.
radius that we pull.
Right.
And then you have depending on the year, 11 million people who come through the door from all over the world
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go to Color Factory or go to the
Yeah.
Sky Deck
Yeah.
or just be a part of this huge
Massive.
building.
Yeah. Massive building.
And we're just lucky to be a hard corner as part of it.
Yeah. I mean, the interiors of the place are
Gorgeous.
insane. It's
True.
it's 2 floors
Yep.
and a soon-to-come terrace area, right?
You got it. You nailed it.
So how much did you have, like, in terms of a take
Input,
or
yeah.
input on the design of the space?
This is
or-
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, I think I can thank Greg Moore and Simeone Derry, our one partner, and the design team for sort of thinking about these different zones.
Right.
And when you put your pieces in place, you have a game plan, right? Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, right.
But I think that's the beauty of it is that we wanted to be able to attract everybody. And if you're an office goer, if you're in the, as we say in the biz, the office stack
Yeah.
of Sears Tower, the majority of your elevators let out on the second floor
Right.
Right.
or downstairs
Yeah.
at the parking garage.
Yeah.
So they walk right into that second floor.
So you see it right away.
see it.
You see it right away.
And then the
Yeah.
design is low slung ceilings,
Yep.
more TVs, bigger bar,
Right.
more high tops,
Yep.
games,
Right.
more entertainment. So the idea is, you
Yeah.
could have a
Like,
ribeye up
happy
there.
hour
Right.
after work, basically.
Yeah.
that's the
Exactly.
vibe,
Ding, ding,
yeah.
ding.
And what's crazy is like
Relax.
we're sitting there and we're walking by people asking for what's on the happy hour right now. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like just that dope vibe. And what's also crazy, we were here last year. You can go back and check, but we were here last year for open house.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and
No
and-
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
in
were
October.
here and we literally entered in here, walked through.
Yep.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. So to see something
Nothing.
like that,
Yeah.
like this here,
Yeah.
is amazing. I got one question before we get into
Please.
it. Hey, because I don't know. I'm a Chicago boy. You're a Chicago boy, man, and like you have accolades, and as the ribs come up, this is
Beautiful.
As what I was saying was, you got all these accolades, coming back home by choice. You know what I mean?
True.
With all this behind you, how does it feel? Like you're kind of like the man. Like how does that feel being on the cornerstone of this building right now? Like,
I think that, there's two things there. Number one, it's awards and accolades are more for my staff than they are for me.
Right.
Of course, it feels great.
Feels good.
It feels good for my daughter to be able to be proud of me and watch me, and my son to watch me and be proud of me. But the moment you start thinking about them and you
get too over your head,
you start patting yourself on, I did it all already. You're done. You're already done. You're already sunk.
Right.
Good plateau. That plateau syndrome where you're just like, I did it and I'm done. And then you've sunk. So I just like to throw all the haters and all the lovers, just read it once and throw it in the trash. Focus on today.
And I can tell it. Because like we walk in, we got the chef ringing the cowbell, talking about 77 in the building. And like that is like you don't see that every day. You know what I mean?
If I would do to my horn, I am one of one, right? We all are, but I think there's a specificity that's mine that you guys will learn to grow to appreciate and love throughout this next. How much time we got? 3 hours.
Man, look, we here, bro. Like we here, right? We can chop this bad boy up in a series, like Game of Thrones. Here we come.
But I think that's part. The older I got, and the more I've been in these restaurants. This is my 22nd restaurant opening.
Wow.
Some corporate, some celebrity chef. Mike Simon, Charlie Palmer. Some of my own. I figured out what I'm good at, and I want to do more of that. And leadership is part of it, mentorship is part of it, and being in the dining room, shaking hands is a big part of it too.
Man, it's a different experience.
Do people ever ask to say hi to you? Yeah, all the time.
Everybody knows Chef Sawyer.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
But, it's borderline eye roll when you come in. You're like, I know Chef Sawyer. Like,
oh God,
Everybody does. What's his phone number?
Let's see how much you know.
But that's the glory of it. Whether you watch me win or lose on TV, or you read about me a decade ago, or because of how long we were in Cleveland in the same address, in the same building, a lot of people that escape Cleveland end up in Chicago are like, my wife and I would live there before we got married and moved back out here to Chicago. So the net is much wider in terms of the people that I have a personal experience than you would expect. Just don't be shy. Come in. You're coming here to see me. Come see me. I'm here. Just ask.
And the kitchen is open. You walk in and it's just you see everything that's happening. I love that.
I've never seen a look like that. And the wood fire.
The open wood fire in the middle of the wood.
That's a game changer right there.
I just imagine those old timey cartoons where the wolf gets lifted off his feet and he's following the smell of the barbecue or the grill to the restaurant. I'm like, that's what I want. Those doors right there.
That's definitely me.
Just walk.
I know I'm in the right place. I don't know where I am, but I want to be here. I want to be a part of this.
That's amazing. I had another question. So you got a lot of success, right? How did you get to that point? You know what I mean? How did Netflix did Food Network hit you up and be like, hey, how did that happen? I want to know.
I think a lot of it is putting yourself out there. I'm old, so it's pre-social media days.
Right.
So there was some connected networks. Living in New York for a while didn't hurt.
Right.
Working for Charlie Palmer didn't hurt. Then working for Mike Simon definitely helped. And that was where I sort of got my first experience with Scripps Howard and Food Network, and eventually Discovery was being on Iron Chef America, being Mike Simon's sous chef. And from those conversations, I know.
That's
you see a skinnier, less bearded, less tattooed version of me.
That's not what I meant.
No. I'm comfortable in this skin. I like that skin better, but But that's my one cook, Chris, who I love. He always be showing me old pictures like, you sure that's chef? I'm like, damn, you do got to get on a diet, Chris. You ain't fucking around.
That's amazing.
But that's how I started to, procure those relationships. And if you're open, honest, and direct like we are right now today with each other, then, it might be a decade later, it might be a year later. They're like, hey, we're filming Chopped. You want to be on it? Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
Man.
We're filming Iron Chef America Gauntlet. Do you want to be on it? Yeah, I'll lose to Stephanie.
Like,
I lose. Whatever, man.
One of that. All right, we're gonna do another. But that's all you can do is. And then when you're in those situations, be honest to yourself and be thankful and just be the person that you are, which is you gotta have good manners. You gotta be thankful for what you got, and you gotta continue to work hard. Otherwise, those opportunities dry up, and then
Yeah.
you end up being that person online complaining
Right.
about everybody else's success. And you're like,
No. Just create your own lane. Stay in it.
I always say my measure of success is not everyone's measure
Right.
of failure
Definitely.
around me.
That's a
Y'all
fact.
fail and I succeed.
Right,
We
right,
all fail.
right,
Yeah.
We
right.
want everybody to succeed, especially inside the loop and
Yeah.
in the greater Chicago
Yeah.
area. Like, we're all in this together, and the more we can get people to come to our city, the more we can return to that 54 million annual
right.
tours. We're not there yet. But
Run
we're
the numbers. Hey,
Come
okay.
back. 54 million people
Yeah.
every year used to
Yeah.
come to the city
Yeah, that's wild.
pre-COVID, and
Yes.
we're getting back up there, but we're not there yet. And
Yeah.
that comes with media and recognition
Right.
and television
Right.
and us showing strength in numbers.
That's literally what when we started the podcast, we had no clue that we'd be here, right? We had no clue. It was date night. And so now here we are. Now we start to pay attention to these numbers, and we're like, how can we help the city? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's
Like-
what it's all about.
Yes.
No matter what
Yeah.
size platform.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Like, what can we do to just activate this city
Yep.
to get to your energy, like to get this out there with everybody?
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's and we got a little bit of a success, you know. Like,
Yeah.
we're moving. We're
You guys
moving.
are goddamn charming. You deserve all the success that you've gotten and all that to come.
All right, well, that's it. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
we
right,
do.
right.
Just cut
That's
it
all
right
we're here
here.
for. Yeah, no, we
Cut
said
that, cut that, stash that, save that.
Yeah, say that.
Put it on the soundboard.
Timestamp
Bam.
11:39.
But in all honesty, I do have a weird question for you, because
Yeah, talk.
how many of the chefs you meet with or foodies and restaurateurs know what the 77 stands for? People ask you, right? Or everybody
Oh
knows.
yeah,
All
no,
the
we
time.
get that all the
No.
time. Like,
Not that I'm trying to dog anybody, but
no.
as I moved back, I was like, I want to memorize all the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, 77.
77.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get them all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
get
tough.
to 40,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's
It took
tough.
us a year and a half to get through all of them.
Yeah.
And going once a week
Oh,
nonstop.
that's so awesome.
And what's crazy is like we were getting to some and we were like,
Yeah.
damn, I thought that was a neighborhood, not a community area.
Right.
Like even I'm from Chicago.
Right.
I didn't know some of these things. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I thought
Wild.
Bronzeville was the community area.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was in Douglas.
Douglas.
Actually, it's in
Like
three
three of them.
three
Yeah,
community
wild.
areas. So we learn on
Yeah.
this podcast, but the answer is not a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
'Cause
people
it's not
know.
like New York, where they're like 5 boroughs. It's
Right,
Yeah,
easy.
right. Yeah, right.
We got
Boom, 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 boom,
77.
we're done.
No,
Yeah.
77. No, and then
Yeah.
community. Talk about the actual neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's 180 almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh, I love it. What a
That's
great way to introduce the world to your city
we're trying.
while introducing yourself to every individual neighborhood
Yeah.
borough around. It's so great.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
we like this because we get these kind of opportunities to kind of have a sit down and talk and like,
Yeah.
because
About
we,
people that also
yeah,
love the city.
right, the people that
Yeah.
love the city and like what you do, food always connects everybody.
Yeah.
So like,
True.
so food
Yeah.
just connects
Mhm.
everybody, and we got food in front
Yeah.
of us right
Well,
now.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about the menu first. How did you
Yeah,
come up
right.
with your menu? What was the
Yeah,
process?
Yeah. So 4 of the last 5 restaurants I open all have wood fire.
Okay.
And the more,
Yeah.
growing up in the Midwest, not with a ton of means, I mean, fire was a part of our life, whether it
Mhm,
was a party or a means of cooking food or
Yep.
just being a hooligan.
Right,
Like
right.
it was just always a
Backyard party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we pre-internet, etc.
Yeah.
So, and I was a Boy Scout, and
You did everything.
I did it. You just gotta keep this kid busy.
Yeah, right, right, yeah.
Learning it with my son.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of the fire the older I got, because I could pull from all of my travel and school and experience, whether it was living in Rome or living in northern Italy in Trento or touring Japan or touring south of France. And if I have the fire to be the narrative thread to pull it all together, I can have food from all over the world and it doesn't feel like Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
All due respect to
Right. Yeah.
277 pages, they do
Yeah.
what they do,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
different
that's-
thing. We want
Right.
each of these dishes to sort of feel true to where they're inspired by.
Right.
So
Right.
I love the idea of wood fire being that narrative, so that way I can feel like I'm running a genuine, I
Right.
don't mean to use the third person, but a Chef
Right.
Sawyer restaurant.
Right.
And you get a little bit of Japanese, a little bit of Spanish,
Right.
a little bit of English, and a little
Yeah.
bit of, Americana,
Right,
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it all feels true because the wood fire is sort of the power behind it.
That's really interesting.
And I also just think it makes it easier to make simple food taste great.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, complicated food is beautiful, and
Right.
Michelin stars are beautiful, and World's Top 50 is fantastic,
Right.
and I love fine dining. I've
Right.
been a part of it many times, but there's also just like the sweet potatoes we're having there. There's
Right.
really 3 ingredients.
Right.
You ain't hiding behind nothing.
Yeah,
So
no.
you make a mistake on the barbecue sauce or the sweet potato, and the whole plate's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's also a confidence
That's
and
good.
a different flavor profile when you're talking about less than 7 things on a plate.
Yeah.
Steak on a plate with just wood fired. So I like the challenge of that simplicity and how do you make a restaurant interesting without having 95 sauces.
That's
or,
good. That's
Right.
man. Less is more.
Yeah.
Sarah has been saying that on this podcast since
Yeah.
we started. Less because you get to, like you said, you get the whole neck. You get the
Right,
whole
right.
neck, that particular dish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, like,
You,
so-
you know, you've mastered those 3
Yeah,
ingredients.
right,
Like,
right.
That's, yeah.
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 Right.
And it's harder to teach, you know, I mean,
Exactly.
as my kitchen and culinary students and Sajas all will see, I say it often,
Yeah.
it's super easy to make the sweet potatoes the first time you do it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
come to me in 3 years
Yeah.
and make the sweet potatoes better than they were 3 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Now you're a chef.
Yes.
Now
yes.
you're a partner. Now
Yeah.
you're an owner. Now you get it. Like
Ah.
these chicken wings, I've been doing a version of these for 15 years.
Wow.
So
And
now-
you know, like
that's that. You-
this technique. Now the sauce has evolved and the ingredients may shift and the birds may get smaller or
Right.
bigger, but like that's the part of like always keeping your eye on the prize.
right.
Like you gotta nail the basics. You gotta
Yeah.
nail the chicken. You gotta nail the quesadilla. You gotta like
Yeah.
whatever the basics are of your restaurant.
Yeah.
You gotta nail those, and then maybe have a little fun over here, over there, etc. So
Yeah, you know, like you posed a good thought in my head
Yeah.
because like I feel like you do cultivate like that people down the road, right?
Yeah.
Like your chefs below you here,
Yeah.
they're not below you, they're next to you. Like you trying to get them there.
Totally.
That's a good point you made about like, can you make these 3-5 years from now? How has that process look for like how many chefs do you have that
That you've mentored.
that you
are
mentor because like
pulled up.
that's a dope thing. Like you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, who's your
I
least
gotta-
favorite and who's your favorite now?
Oh my gosh, I'm not spilling that kind
Over
of
the
tea.
years, not here. Over
Trust
the
y'all, turn these off. It might give you a little.
The mic is off.
yeah.
It's not live. It's
No,
not
no,
live. No, you know, I think just to touch on that real quick, Mike Simon always just said to me, just talk about those that talk good about everybody else. And just
Yeah.
those that aren't, just don't even talk about
Right,
it.
right, right.
So
Yeah.
if I
Right.
don't mention their
No.
names,
No.
Then you know.
You don't have to
they
mention
might
names
be
at
on
all,
that
yeah.
list.
Yeah.
They might be on that list. But overall, we've been well embraced. And I think my family tree's huge. I don't know. I haven't.
Right.
There was a little while early, especially winning a beard and blah, 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 and getting on Michelin where I wanted to put a family tree together. But then I kind of felt
Right.
like I
Keeping them.
felt like I was pumping myself up to it. Like, look how many people I
Yeah, right.
graduate. Maybe that is a point that I should have and a stat I should have. But
I think that's a
there's
good
a lot
thing.
of them out there.
Yeah, but I get where you're going to because you don't
Like,
want
the
to take
ego
that.
creeps
Right.
in so quickly.
Yeah, it does.
You
It
know,
does,
it's
yeah.
a sneaky.
It is very sneaky.
Vanity is a part of humanity, always
Yeah.
has been. There's a reason it's one of the deadly sins. You
Yeah,
know?
right,
And
right.
we're all guilty of it. And even if we're conscious of it right now in this conversation,
Right.
there's moments that may happen today where I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Slow down, Sawyer.
Yeah.
Right.
You're just
Yeah.
a cook inside of a restaurant.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just a
Right.
plate of food.
Yeah.
And these are
Right.
just human beings.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to
take that.
give yourself more than you need, and
Right.
then you get complacent. And
Yeah.
Lord knows I've done that before in my career, and it's just not the person I want to evolve to be.
Right.
I mean the
Yeah.
humbleness, like talking
Yeah,
to
for real.
you
like from the first question, you
Yes.
mentioned the things that you also failed at
Yeah.
alongside all the
Like,
accomplishments.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
It's
and-
2023 though,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
If you haven't taken an introspective look at yourself over the past 2 years, we're not living in the
Yeah.
same
at
way.
all.
You went through the pandemic, you didn't look back and
Yeah.
be
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah.
how did I get here?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Literally.
Yeah.
What do I want
Right.
to do?
Yeah.
What's
What
next?
am I gonna do?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's next?
What am I gonna do when we
Right.
get out of this
What's next?
fucking thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was my whole thing.
It was
No,
like,
bro.
But it's a real question
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
I think has helped motivate me going forward. You know, like, and obviously y'all same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just crazy. Like, and this is just from we're new at this, right? And so to be sitting down with a celebrity chef, you know what I mean? Like a year ago, we'd
Yeah.
be like, oh my goodness, this is scary. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
but like now it's like you meet real people. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
you meet, and that's at the end of the day, we all the same. You know what I mean?
Yep.
At the very end of the day. And it's just dope to hear how like humble you are with this. Like, and like, it's just, I don't know. That's what Sarah knows this. Everybody knows. That's what I like.
appreciate
Like
it.
that to me is just
Yeah.
it make the food taste
Yeah.
better. Not that you even need that,
Right.
but like it.
But it is the
it
whole
is.
thing, right?
Yeah.
If we take even a step back further and we look at food and dining for the next 50 years,
Right.
is it always going to just be fear of missing out that drives people to
Right.
restaurants?
Right.
No.
Right.
There needs to be a little bit of entertainment.
Right.
There
Yeah.
needs to be a little sustenance,
Right.
and there needs to be.
'Cause I go get
great
chicken wings
food.
down there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like why am I coming back here?
There's
Yeah.
4 7-Elevens within,
Right.
within 1 block of where we are right now. I think that's what we need, but
They
like,
have those taquitos,
competition's
yeah.
here.
Yeah. It
You
is.
know, so what's
Yeah.
going to differentiate us? It's going to be all those things.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 years ago you celebrated an anniversary with me. Remember you were at this table.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
And
going
then
to
you had
remember.
the opportunity to
Literally.
relive that. And that's, to me, that's the biggest compliment,
Yeah.
being old now, older.
Yeah,
That I
yeah.
have, like being a part of people's lives and hearing
Yeah.
that story. And
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Right.
I saw a guy yesterday, Nate, who I haven't seen since I lived in Cleveland years ago. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Nate, how you doing? He's like, I live over. And I was like, no way.
Wow.
Oh, it's just
so small.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels good to have everything come back
Yeah.
full circle.
Yeah.
We always say like our best. Every time someone's like, "What's your favorite restaurant?" The ones that come to mind first are the ones where we've like had an experience with the
Yeah.
owner or the chef or the
Yeah.
staff that
Yeah.
was just exceptional.
Yeah.
Like we love the food. I feel like we barely had experiences where the food wasn't great.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But the
right.
ones that really stand out are where like the owners or
experience.
something are just like
Yeah.
real people,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
being real people. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it's one of those things where you can't teach that. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like you
right.
just
You
can't
just have-
teach that
yeah.
that part of the experience. You know what I mean?
Hospitality.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's just in you.
That's just
It
in you.
is.
Yeah.
Speaking of in you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of in you.
That's
Great transition.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Take
You know,
it.
hey, look, I'm
That's what
Give
she
it to
said.
me.
yeah.
Y'all are new at this. Get out of here. Speaking of humble.
Yeah, yeah. The 2 years of practice. It's just we got some dope food here.
We do.
Walk us through it. Let's go through it.
So here we have our crispy confit of chicken wings. The idea behind this dish was back when we opened the Greenhouse Tavern, I wanted to infuse sort of this Parisian bistro into a classic American
Yeah, yeah,
restaurant, and nothing says America more than chicken
Chicken
wings,
wings.
right? Hamburgers, pizza, maybe,
Yep, all that stuff.
but
Yeah.
chicken wings for sure. And then what's the most Parisian Gascon dish? I can think of duck confit. So the idea was we take the technique behind duck confit, we cure them, we confit them, and then we take the chicken wing side and we do that. So
Yeah.
we take one more step, we air dry them for a day, so it forms a pellet on the
Air dry
outside.
for a day?
Wow.
For a day in the cooler. Wow. And then it gets, when they hit the fryer, they get crispy on the outside, but they stay moist on the
Right. 'Cause
inside.
yeah. Oh, wow. That's
And then
smart.
these wings, for those, all the years that we've made them, they really don't dress wet. So we dress them here with salsa matcha,
Yeah.
a little bit of scallion, a little bit of lime.
Yeah.
Kind of got to dry dress them to
Right.
keep them crispy and keep them the way they are. But they are very different than any other chicken
Yeah.
wing you've had. And speaking of graduates, quite a few of my graduates have taken this recipe with them wherever
I love
they've
that.
gone since
That's
then.
dope.
Yeah. So next we have smoked seafood salads. This I like because it shows sort of that top level of the ocean, right?
Right.
We're smoking some of them over high temp, some of them over low temp. Bang Island mussels, Maine scallops, Port Edis, Texas shrimp, and then a little bit of lake trout.
Okay.
All of them are dressed with simple Louis dressing, butter lettuce, thin herbs, and then an avocado.
Okay.
Sort of like
Love that.
knowing inside of this building, people want to indulge a little bit, but
Yeah.
don't want a bunch of potatoes and gravy.
Right.
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 So this is a little bit more of that,
love-
just
I-
a refined
Yeah.
salad.
I love the
Great.
butter lettuce. It's
Got
Yeah,
it.
that butter.
superior lettuce.
Got it.
I've
Yeah.
never had butter lettuce.
Really?
I don't think so. Nobody's ever
you
told
have.
me.
Nib lettuce is
Okay.
a cousin,
Right.
close
Okay.
cousin. Little Gem isn't too far either, but it has that, like, you can see it has like a good amount of height.
Yeah.
And we dressed
Yeah.
celery and radish and thin herbs in like a lemon vin, and then we do a spicy Louis dressing over top, and then all the smoked seafood over top of
That's
that.
fantastic.
And then
like-
like a charred lime or
Yeah, charred lime, just,
Yeah.
very charred orange over here.
I love that.
Sweet potatoes are one of my favorite dishes that we have on this
Okay, tell
menu.
us about
Yeah.
So we're using the Japanese sweet potato, the Satsumono, close to a yam, and then it has that white or yellow flesh, pink or purple outside.
Yep,
So
yep.
we cook these right in, wrap them in foil, cook them right in the fire.
Okay.
So the outside gets like real charred and bubbly, a little bit smoky. Then we slice them, cool them down, brush them with a little bit of butter, and then we reduce we do a barbecue reduction, fold in a little bit of cider vinegar, and fold that into butter. So they're barbecued down, and then barbecue butter on
Wow.
top. So you get these two sort of barbecue-esque, really, it's all about the spice
Yeah.
and the sour to balance the meatiness of this potato. And what you get from the twice cook is it sort of somehow makes it almost more dense, more steakier,
Right.
more meatier. You'll see from a bite of it, it's not like that fluffy whipped potato that you see marshmallows and
Yeah.
raisins
Right,
on
right,
at
right,
Thanksgiving. This is a whole different thing. And
Interesting.
also when it's a simple recipe, you can splurge for a higher quality ingredient. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
we're not using local sweet potatoes here.
Right, right.
We'd love to.
Right.
Someday someone may make Satsumonos as good
Right.
as the ones we get
Yeah.
from Okinawa, but for now, we just
We'll
gotta
deal
go
with
across the
this.
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never ceases to amaze me the level of detail that goes into cooking. I'm not a cook. She's a cook. I'm the comedian, photographer, the video. I'm that guy. And I'm always like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I would just put these in the microwave. Just like, you know, like that is my level of cooking. Like, and like, that's why I just love
Yeah.
Just
this
out of a
art.
can. Just
Yeah,
like,
for real. Like, I would never even think to put these things
Yeah.
together. Like,
Well, I mean, I think a lot. It just happens naturally, though,
Right.
right? At the end of the day, when
to
we go
chefs.
from yeah,
Not to me. Like,
well, no, but to any technician,
Yeah.
there's things that I'm sure you do with editing
Right.
and with cameras
right.
that I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh no, I open up the lens and I just hit,
go.
that's it. And then I give it to my wife and I'm like, can you edit this? And she's like, Jesus Christ, no timestamps.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me who
Yeah.
it was. There's no address. It's unlabeled. There's
Yeah.
stills in here. You know? Yeah,
Not the
just
stills.
right. So
How
that's
did you
what we
do
were
that?
doing when you're like, I just opened the can, I put it in the microwave. We're like, oh Jesus,
It's
please
built
no,
in, yeah.
please don't tell anybody
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Touche.
That's part of it's part of appreciating your craft.
Yeah.
Your
Right.
skill is like,
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied with what got me here. I know
Right.
that tomorrow I need to do it again.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can get better at it.
Yeah, yeah,
So the
man.
idea of like barbecue sweet potato turned into, the sweet potatoes need a little bit of butter.
Yeah.
Why don't we just fold the barbecue sauce into the butter, but still the barbecue sauce on the plate so you can
love
see
that.
it. And that's how you got to sort of where we
Yeah.
are here. Was
Yeah.
just the idea of twice cooked potatoes turning into this sweet potato with that spicy spice box laden barbecue sauce.
And
Yeah.
y'all,
You
it
could smell it, like,
smells.
you could smell everything.
fantastic.
Okay,
Like,
last thing
And
is
then we got the ribeye.
steak. Yep.
So what I'd like to tell people about with the steaks and with an oak grill, so all of our oak is from Wisconsin.
Okay.
All of our wood is oak. We use a little bit of oak charcoal, same farm. We get deliveries every Wednesday. So a relatively strong flavor of wood, but smoke is also fat soluble.
Okay,
Right? So if you
okay,
look
yeah.
at barbecue, there's a reason why barbecue chicken and turkey breast taste not like it's smoky.
Yep,
Right.
yep,
but
yep.
It tastes like it's just smoked.
It's smoke. Yeah,
And then
right.
when you eat a brisket or you eat a short rib, you're like, oh.
yeah.
Like it's a,
Yeah. That's
so-
different. Yeah.
Yeah, so the fat, it's called Maillard reaction, the fat and the flesh inside of those grab smoke in a different way.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at even just the steaks, filet is going to grab the least amount of oak flavor. Bistro second least, strip third least, and then the ribeye is going to grab the most. That's why I love to talk to people. If you want to see the
Good.
fire, you want to try the most amount of smoke you can, do the ribeye. If you're not a ribeye person, don't order it because I told you.
Right.
That's,
Hey, I'm a ribeye.
That's just silly. You ribeye.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want a ribeye. This is what you want to order here because
Yeah.
you're going to get all that great oak flavor.
Man, look, we about to let's dive into it.
Please.
I think you took my fork.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Here you go. And your
Happens all
knife.
the time. This is family stuff, you know.
I love
yeah,
that.
you get
You
it.
all remind me of
Are you
me.
not-
yeah, you get it. Yeah. It's good. Hold on, don't do that. Don't do that. Not when I. First of all, the smell is just
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah. No, like the texture, like
Texture's
Everything.
meaty. It's just
Everything.
a little bit sweet, but then you get all that sour and the barbecue flavor.
it was incredible.
The skin.
Yeah. That's from charring on inside of those ashes. So when we talk
Wow.
about the two different sides of the grill that y'all saw when you came in, this gets cooked in the wood fire, doesn't matter either side, but then it gets
Right.
picked up from the plancha side. So that's the big flat piece of cast iron. So that's how you get that nice sear on both sides, a nice crispiness to it.
Wow.
Hey man,
I love it.
hold on. Hold on.
Like
Seconds are the best compliment I can get.
Yeah.
And it's not. It literally is nothing like any sweet potato I've tasted
No.
before.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it's its own thing altogether.
oh,
Good.
bro, y'all.
And I like this as, is it a side to your steak? Sure, but I also like it as an appetizer for the
Right.
table to share.
That's an
Because it's a
appetizer.
good way
Yeah.
to think about, like, oh, this is what this restaurant's going to be like. 'Cause when you look at something simple like that and you get the wood fire out of it and you create a taste memory for sweet potatoes that maybe you've never had before,
Yeah.
that sets you up for what the rest of the menu
Right.
is. Yeah, this is steak on a plate, but there's nuance to the cattle that we choose, to the dry aged number
Right.
of days that we like, to the wood that we use that.
What's your dry age? How many days?
So this is 20 days.
Okay.
So not too much. And then we have a 50-day that we sell different. And then we have a little, our fillets are way fresher. They're only about 5 days.
Hey, let me tell you something. Look, Sarah, you better get you one. Hold on, that's wrong. You better get you some more of that.
Wow.
I got it.
And then, so we got the spinalis on this side and a little bit on that side. And then we got the main sort of ribeye loin
Wow.
there. Good, a little hard, but it's okay. Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. But you get that flavor, though. Beefy, umami, a little bit of salt on the top of it.
Literally, that's what I was gonna
just
say,
a
That's what I
little
just-
bit
yeah.
on the top
I was
there.
just about to say that. Hold on. Bro, what's going on
Wow. The crust is like
I'm making a stink face, y'all. You know when you make a stink face when you
Yeah. Every once in a while, I take a bite of somebody else's food. It almost makes me mad. It's
Yeah,
so
right.
good. I'm like, God damn it! Why didn't I think of that?
It just,
You
make,
know?
me, it just make me mad for no reason.
Yes.
I'm not even a cook, but I just want to go.
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
you. What you do better than anybody else that we've ever had. The outside crust. Because I'll be honest, I usually don't give a damn about the outside.
Yeah.
I really don't. You know what I mean? Like,
you used to eat for sustenance, so you know
here we go with
there's
this
a lot
shit.
of.
Here we go with this shit. It's been like at least 10 episodes. You
I'm
ain't had
just
to. But this is like
Yeah.
just as desirable as the main part of it.
So we do a triple sear on all of our steaks.
Yeah,
Oh, you could tell.
So the
Yeah, you
idea
can tell.
is that none of them are going to be quick. You're not going to come in. I
Right.
mean, you can get the bistro in less than 20 minutes, but nothing else. Because the idea is when we get it, when you order it, we season it, we sear it hard, we pull it off, we let it rest in that center column, so it's starting to get a little more
Yeah.
smoke, not just the char. Then we find out what temperature you want, so we take it up to the temperature, back on the wood, back on the actual grill part of the grill,
Yeah.
and that's how you start to get this.
Uh-huh.
You know, we're not looking for it to be
Yeah.
crisscross.
Right.
That's an old,
Right.
That's an
Right.
old American legend.
That's
That's
an
not
old-
true.
that's
You gotta
Outback
caramelize
Steakhouse.
all
Yeah.
of it.
Outback Steakhouse.
So we pride ourselves in not making cross hatches. We're like, you make a 360-degree
Yeah.
turn, one,
Yeah.
one, one,
Yeah.
one, one.
Yeah.
And that way you sear all the flesh and you get that nice caramelized beef flavor.
Sorry, these potatoes
Yeah.
are insane.
I was
It's
just
so good.
I was just about to say, but what's really cool too is like you don't even have to. I'm not sawing.
No.
You know what I mean? Like I'm cutting through.
Can you imagine if
Yeah.
that would be?
Shaking the whole table. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Wow.
This
And ribeye is, not the most tender cut of meat, but it's just that process and
Right.
that proper resting of the meat that really yields where we are.
nobody is doing the crust the way you're doing the crust
I would say that nobody's wood firing steaks the same way we
at
are.
all.
No.
At all.
I think the triple sears, Chef Hiro, my CDC here, and myself, it's really, if we're gonna sell 100 steaks a night, we gotta
That's
gotta
wild.
differentiate ourselves a little
Right.
bit, And I think the idea of Chicago style, right, meat and plate
Yeah.
only, but it's that triple sear that gets all that smoke on
Yeah.
the outside,
Yeah.
and then we have a little bit of our proprietary salt pinched over top.
I did Chicago.
Yeah, that's.
We didn't know we needed this until we ate it. We need this.
All right, chicken.
It is
wings
it's
time.
truth though. It's a saturated category, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about Chicago steakhouse. Hi Dominic, how are you?
Great, Chef. How are you?
I wanted to order one more plate of food.
Okay.
Do you mind asking Chef for a burger for us?
Medium, medium rare.
Y'all's choice.
Just medium.
Medium?
Medium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bacon or no?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bacon, please.
Okay. Do we want it pre-cut or whole?
Just cut in half would be
Half?
perfect. Yeah.
So medium rare bacon cut in half.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Boy,
Dominic's great.
They on point.
Yeah.
Dominic's
Like
so good.
on point. Like I wouldn't even know what questions to ask. I would have been like a burger right away, sir.
Well, you didn't see him. He gave me the. So we have a nonverbal when you see each other. Or if you need something, you put your hand on your chest. So like if they're at the table and they're talking,
Oh.
an old me would just knock in and just use my
Yeah.
gregarious nature
Yeah,
to
yeah.
sort of cover up
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But now, I mean, not now, but we learned this touch where you just hold, and then he'll give me a head nod or I'll do it back. And hey, chef, come on in here. So it gives us. So I gave this to him. He was all the way down the line. He saw me and he was like, "I got you. I'm coming."
Wow.
So he came all the way over, and then he asked what we needed, and we got it. So.
That's wild.
It's a great piece. It's those subtleties of service that I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
like this moment.
That's smart.
I
and
love
there
that.
is like a weird, not to get too crunchy about it, but like there's a beauty in saying I want to help you by putting your hand to your heart and
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah.
somebody you work
Yeah.
with every day.
No, talk that
There's
talk.
something that's just nice about
Yeah.
being able to be comfortable in your skin and say, "I'm here to help you. How do I help you? Oh yeah, come on over here.
That's
help
a
me
life
right now."
lesson. That's a
Yeah.
life lesson.
Yeah.
That transcends this restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just life.
That's the hope, right? At the end of the day, everybody here is not going to work for me forever.
right,
Right.
yeah.
But if they leave here and they're a better human being they were than when they started, God bless it.
Hey,
Yeah.
chef
God
is going
bless.
crazy here, y'all. Well, you do it. You different. You different.
Life lessons.
Yeah,
and
man.
food
Like,
lessons.
yeah, I ain't never seen had a chef dad. Like what? like what? Like, I never. Like, I'm
Better than Chef Cult Leader.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
I'm on the edge. There. You go a little too far. We're gonna buy a piece of land
Oh, no.
past Peoria.
Wow.
Dude, it's funny.
All right, one time.
This
Chicken wings, cheer.
Let's
Oh,
get
wait,
it.
I got a very important question when y'all are done.
Mm.
Is one of you wings and one of you drumettes?
I'm anything that's chicken.
I'd listen.
We done got in
I
this
live
debate.
and die for chicken.
We going in this debate
But
though.
if you had to pick,
I would pick a fly.
would you pick?
I'm picking
Wingette,
Yeah.
drum at.
I'm picking the drums.
Really?
I'm doing the drums.
Really?
I'm doing
I'm that.
I'm
I'm
doing
those all day.
Yeah,
long.
all day.
Now I gotta eat it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, eat.
This is incredible.
So you get that seasoned all the way through, and that's from the cure of it, right?
Look at
You
that
know,
falling
look
off the
at-
bone. That's
pop
exactly.
right off the bone.
Wow.
That's what I was trying to show.
Mm.
This is out of control.
Out of control.
Look at me.
And we've
Wow.
been sitting here for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Conversating, and the
More.
chicken wings are still
Yeah.
great. Thank you, Zach.
Oh my God,
Wow.
y'all, he gonna be here to stay. You ain't going nowhere. You stuck here.
Thank you, Zach.
Literally. You have to be.
Okay, hold on. Let me get another one. Thank you.
Please.
I'm just digging.
So the Cure Comfy recook of the wings, that world famous crispy comfy of wings. If you see it on the menu, chances are they used to work for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now I can't confirm that we invented the technique, but we're real close.
Yeah.
Real close. I think if you ask people that are more confident in the timeline than I am, they would say we invented them for
Yeah.
sure. But it doesn't matter. At the end
Don't
of the
matter.
day,
You do it well.
there is no such thing as a secret ingredient or
Yeah.
secret recipe, right?
Yeah. It's just
It's like Kung Fu Panda, there is no secret
Right, ain't no
ingredient. We're the secret ingredient.
Yeah.
It's the human beings are the sauce that make it great.
Let me tell you. Look at
Yep.
this. What is going
There
on
we
here?
go.
It just
Yeah.
fell off the bone.
That's what we want.
What I was about to say is, for people that leave meat on the bone,
Yep.
you have no choice but to
First
eat.
of all, you're
now.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
That's
first of all.
one.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. Like, that's the bone. Okay. All right, now it's good. You know what I mean? Well, but like, look at,
Nothing.
that's all
Nothing.
chicken.
That is all chicken.
I remember the first time I ate at a great fried chicken place, and I saw people eating their bones and then putting the bones on top of the white bread after they ate the meat and cracking the bones, and it was just like, oh, I love people that love food and think of, and not everybody has to have means to love and appreciate food.
Yeah.
It was I was actually with my son when we saw it, and both of us were like, we're never gonna eat fried chicken the same way
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
We knew that moment that we had changed, and we're like, oh yeah, you put. Because you want every single
Yeah.
bit of that
Yes.
deliciousness.
And
Yeah.
you force people. These chicken wings force people to eat it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta
Like,
eat the
that's
whole
crazy.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, it literally fell off the bone.
Yeah. No, I know. I had,
Like,
had
I
two.
held it and it was just false. I'm on like 3. Look, and what's crazy is we have another dish.
Yeah,
right?
we have the
We do.
salad.
Right, we have
Two
another
more. We
dish.
gotta get a burger too.
Which we
that's
really
right.
should have
Yeah.
started with the salad. I don't know what we're doing, but
Look,
worry.
We just eating what's in front of us.
You guys mind if I serve you a little more here?
That would
Hey,
be
that's
great.
all right with me, Chef Dad.
All right. And I love it. But that's a great point though. As I do, everyone can be, no matter where you come from, you can be a great leader. But I do think if you have children and you think about parenting,
Yeah.
children can be dogs. They could
Yeah.
be it could be your neighbor's kids. They could be your grandkids or whatever. But like taking care of those that are younger than you or those that are less fortunate than you is
Right.
part of being a great leader. And I think that leads to the best chefs and GMs I know.
Now-
don't get it twisted.
No.
I'm not saying you have to have kids to be a great chef. I'm just saying
It helps.
It helps.
if you take care of somebody else,
Yeah.
children maybe specifically,
Yeah.
it helps you be a good teacher and a good leader.
Yeah.
Helps you, and Lord, does it humble you.
yeah,
Lord, does it humble-
yeah.
God knows it
You
humbles
could be like the most successful person,
Hold on.
and
Yeah.
they're just not impressed.
Yep.
So we got.
Wow.
We got
This is-
scallops,
Scallop.
shrimps, mussels. I'm just gonna keep piling them
So
on. Make sure you get
so
everything.
here's the crazy part. I'm eating the. This is shrimp.
Yep.
Yep,
I'm eating the shrimp first. I had shrimp before, so shrimp is fire.
amazing.
More shrimp. I
My
love
man.
the scallop.
Mhm.
It's to me, it's
scallop
the
is so good.
it's the kiss of the ocean. You
So-
get so much smoke
Wow.
flavor in it too.
So here's the thing, Chef, right in front of you, y'all.
The
I've
scallop
never
is amazing.
I've never had a scallop.
Get out of town.
I'm.
I'm a part of your life now.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't get rid of me.
Right here. Here we go, y'all.
Ah,
I love scallops.
Look,
so good for you.
So good.
so good for you too.
So good for you
Oh,
and good.
okay.
Absolutely.
Let me go ahead.
Looking for that lean protein
Yeah.
with a ton of ocean flavor.
It
That's
is
a win.
I've never had it, so if I'm describing this, y'all, I'm sorry.
No.
But it's very like tender. I'm horrible at. I'm the videographer. It's very tender. It's very
Yeah.
tender and smooth.
Yes.
Right.
Mm.
It does have that.
And I
texture.
think like raw, it has, to me, flavor wise, it reminds me of a little bit of a raw oyster, right? You get that that briny, clean, fresh ocean flavor.
Can you
It's
do-
not like shrimp where like listen, I'm the worst too. I can't tell you what shrimp tastes
Oh,
like,
right.
right? But the scallop's not like it tastes like trout plus this. It's
Right.
just kind of its own, ocean water.
Yeah.
Aquapazza, as they call it in Italy. Yeah.
But what we aren't talking about
It's,
is the greens.
yeah, I was gonna say
But-
the celery, like everything, the
Yeah.
herbs. Yeah.
So I'm trying to like make a sandwich out of this
Yeah.
because like
Yeah,
all of it
exactly.
together
Beautiful.
is fire. So I got shrimp here with the scallop, with the
The
with
dressing
green.
is wild.
Yeah. Spicy Louis. Pickles, garlic,
Wild.
chilies, sweet chilies, spicy chilies,
How do you-
ketchup, mayonnaise, fiend herbs, a little bit of
Wow.
shallot.
How do you come up with this? Like, how do you?
It's just, listen, seafood in Louis is classic, and what we really like about our version of Louis is it's not a bunch of sugar plus ketchup plus. Louis sometimes can just be basically Thousand Island.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
It can
right.
be real sweet. We wanted ours to sort of play against the salad. We wanted to be rich. We wanted to be a little spicy. We wanted to have a good amount of salt. So we also use gochujang, the fermented Korean chili paste,
Yep.
as some of the backbone because we find it to be rich in umami from the fermented wheat that's inside of it, but
Yeah.
also like just spicy enough. Like I like it 11, in terms of spice. But I'm in Willis Tower. I'm on the corner of Adams and Franklin. My spice level's got to be 5 to 7.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's just
right.
about where we're gonna be.
You can't go crazy.
That's it.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
So I like how it's just like a subtle kiss of that chili flake.
Yeah.
The
It's so
freshness
good.
of this is fresh,
Yeah.
It's all the herbs. You feel like
right?
Yeah.
You know what?
And
But
the cucumbers and the celery sort of
The
help you
celery
bring
is
back the
amazing.
center.
Yeah.
I love
so
celery.
what I was about to say
Yeah.
is it doesn't feel earthy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't taste like you eating
Oh,
like
thanks.
I don't know. Some people it just tastes like I'm eating a lettuce or a green.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But this has flavor.
Yeah.
and what's the fish that's on there?
Trout. Yeah, there's a little bit of smoked trout sort of flaked through. I don't know.
Is that you said that's local?
Wow.
Wow.
Yep, this
Yep.
is
That's me.
Michigan trout.
Don't
Wow.
know me. I mean, I'm gonna eat it by myself because I want to see.
This is amazing.
Oh my god,
And the radish.
A
with
radish.
that
I was
little
just
bit of
gonna say it. Just a
spice.
little
Yeah.
radish.
man, my radish is gone.
I got more. We can
Chef going crazy over here.
do this.
Mm.
If my
Yeah.
arms are longer, I'd be
Yeah.
a better server.
No, you good. You do enough from seated position. You know?
And you're watching us eat. I can't believe you're not eating any of this.
I
Yeah, for
I
real.
might take one more bite of steak. I just want to
go-
see how we did today. I have to use my own.
See how we
personal
did
knife.
today. That's
Look at
crazy.
You
Boy,
have
you
your
got your own
own
personal
personal-
knife.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh wow.
Mostly a box cutter, but every once in a while I'll cut an apple or a steak if I got it.
And I'm just looking at Chef go right through it, and he went and look, it's done.
You gotta have a good knife.
You got see.
You
Hey,
have multiple knives.
you
got it.
gotta have a good one. I've been trying to tell him.
Gotta have a junky one too.
Yeah, right.
I got a Home Depot knife. I'm moving now.
Mm-hmm.
Home Depot knife's on my waist all the time. If I got a screw in a flathead screw, I'm not gonna use this. But
No, but you
I
can
gotta
do it.
cut a steak. I'm gonna cut a steak.
You just gave me my out. Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
You know that my words. No, they're
Right.
totally arbitrary inside the house.
I'm getting cussed out as soon as we get out. So you and your little friend here, y'all.
You know you're gonna edit that bit out.
No, I'm keeping it in. We don't edit nothing. No, it's in there.
I love the like slight layer of fat around. It's perfect.
Yeah. So that's called the spinalis in terms of the muscular breakdown of the animal. Some people call it the rib cap.
Interesting.
For those that love ribeye, that's the best part too, right? Is if you butcher it right,
So
it's
good.
not like a bunch of fat
Right.
and then that delicious flavor, that spinalis that is fat and flesh blend together, and then the ribeye and the Delmonico inside of it. When we were writing this menu too, one of the things I didn't really talk about with y'all was we also looked inside of the building, and
Right.
if we're going to compete with someone inside the building, we've got to be able to blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
you're
know,
not
beat them
competing
price-wise
with,
or kill them quality-wise. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm about to say.
I'm not messing with Shake
I was
Shack.
about to say.
They got a good-ass smash burger, and I can't.
No, but like
We don't want to do
this
it.
is
Yeah,
not.
but,
no,
but
not-
this is
So that's why we went big
different.
burger.
Yeah.
Different style,
Yeah.
but, adjacent to each other.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
y'all know I mess with burgers heavy, and this one's looking real good. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
and so Eater put this on their Essential Burgers top 11 in Chicago. And Nick from the Tribune wrote about the burger as well. And
Hey.
what we love is you get some of the wood-fired flavor because we're cooking on the plancha side. 3 minutes, flip, 3 minutes, rest, 3 minutes,
Wow.
add the cheese, and then we go on to the bun. And so, you know, it's all the regular stuff, but just really thought about in a way that, you know, Chef Hyro and I really, this is the moment we knew we were going to be great partners. When we ate this burger for the first time, some dishes like sweet potatoes is a little bit in my back pocket, so I just brought it to the table. But some of them we developed together. When he and I ate this, we were like, done.
Y'all did the Jordan Pippen
Done.
thing.
We're good. Yeah, we don't need to do anything else. Spicier? No. Dressing's good. Iceberg is good.
It's
all
literally
of it.
perfect.
Yeah.
You right about the smokiness.
Yeah.
It's enough
Yeah.
smokiness.
Yeah.
That char again.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if our boy Nick wrote about it. I don't know if he said this in his. I gotta see it, but the char on the foods here
Yeah.
are absolutely second to none. Like
Yeah.
you got that crown.
Yeah.
And I know you won't take it, but I'll tell you,
No.
you got it.
Also, the bacon is like
Yeah.
exceptional. Yeah, it's so
Because
good.
it adds that text, the bacon and the char on the outside. That's our only opportunity for crunch, right? Because once the lettuce and the onion sort of grab that beef fat and the juices dripping out of the burger, they're just another part of that
Wow.
delicious equation that we call the hamburger. It's good.
Wow. Well,
the
I
best moment we
regret-
just had there was that moment where neither y'all could
Yeah.
talk. 'Cause you were just like, damn, that's a good burger.
Yeah, it's a
That's
really
to
good
me,
burger.
That's the endearment, though, is knowing.
Yeah, and paired with these fries,
Yeah.
it's like perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the char is just how y'all do that. It's just out of control.
700 degrees in Oakwood. That's it.
Wow.
You know, our two sides, right? So the plancha side, we want to be between 550 and 700. We got digital thermometers for everything, point and shoot. The wood fire grill, the traditional grill side, we want to be closer to 600 to 800. We could be higher in temperature, but we don't want to be any too much further than that. We got no chance to cook the food.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this is amazing. I think
Awesome.
we,
Smacked.
yeah.
Everything.
I'm glad you guys asked about the burger too, because
Oh yeah.
you know, when you're sitting down with foodies, sometimes you're like, I don't know if do I want to give them the burger? Do I not want to give them the burger?
Sorry,
Do I-
always wants a burger.
Always want
He
a burger.
would eat a burger every single day,
Yeah.
for twice a day
Yeah.
if he could.
Now that we have the podcast, I'm pinky out with the burgers now.
True.
So now I'm even more particular.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
This is, first of all, just want to say thank you. Thank you, honestly,
Yeah.
for taking this time to sit with us, man.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
honestly, it's been so fun.
Yeah.
So
Such a
fun.
blast.
One more time, tell people where they can come. You can come to see us
Yeah.
out, but talk. You
Come
tell.
on down to the corner of Adams and Franklin, inside of the Willis Tower. See us here at Kindling. Visit me on all social media or whatever ones you do at Chef Sawyer.
Yeah.
Watch me on Food Network, win and lose. Read about me in the Tribune this past couple of weeks,
Yeah.
and Chicago Magazine's coming out next week. And
Let's go.
Eater's Essential Burger. And
Let's go.
here we go, Chicago.
Hey.
Spring and summer around the corner. Let's
Hey,
celebrate.
we here. Hey, look, we are here. We are here. Even if it's to pop in, we'll go to where Chef Dad at. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, ding-a-ling-a-ling, 77 flavors in the house.
Chef Dad is here. Hey, thank you.
Thank you
y'all.
so much.
Appreciate y'all
Thank
for
you.
watching. Chef.
Y'all doing the best.
Hey,
I appreciate
hey,
it.
you, man. It's all you, bro.
That was dope.
That was amazing.
Man, that was
I
fun.
can't wait to go back.
Oh yeah, we gonna be back. He told us to sit at the table.
He said sit at the chef's table.
We gotta sit. We got for real. We gotta sit at the kitchen table. So
Yeah.
literally, but that was dope.
Yeah, that was
dope.
amazing.
Y'all need to honestly go check
Yeah.
that out.
If you're a fan, or
Right.
if, you know, if you want to try a new restaurant, if you want to try a new, you know,
Yeah, I mean, like honestly,
it's pretty good.
I-
And he's such a wonderful person. I mean, you heard.
you
He's
heard
such a
it.
wonderful
Chef
person.
Dad. Chef Dad. Chef Dad.
I love that. All right. Well, you know, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and send it to someone you like, someone you love, someone you
Love.
want to take to this restaurant.
Right?
If you did not enjoy this episode,
Something wrong with you.
something
For real.
wrong with you.
For real. Straight
you
up.
know?
Straight up.
Straight the fuck up. Bye.
Peace out.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope you enjoyed that. Please follow us on all social media at 77 Flavors Shy. And if you have any ideas and things you want to learn about, please email us at media@77flavorsshy.com.
Yeah, and if you could, also head on over to our YouTube channel, same thing, 77 Flavors Shy, and give us a follow, give us a like, and give us a good rating there. Make some comments.
Only
Go ahead and
if you
subscribe.
like it.
We love y'all. See you next week.
So we here with Dion Dawson of Dion Chicago Dream, and today is a big day for you, Dion.
Big day, big day.
Tell people what's going on.
We just launched our Feed the Dream fundraiser. We're fundraising for $1 million.
A milli, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
1 milli.
All right.
A milli. We're gonna feed 1,000 households over the course of a year. And so that's what the fundraiser is going to do.
Well, that's amazing. So if you all aren't familiar with Dion Dawson, this is his third time on the podcast, this time as an ad. Actually, second time. First time he was our first ever ad. So you go back and check out those episodes. But we're talking about the Feed the Dream competition that we got going on. So how did this come about?
Well, nothing. It's just, us seeing that we could punch above our weight. And we're already at the point where we're about to scale to 1,000 homes. And so it's like, okay, cool. Why wait? Let's get the funding. Let's get the produce secured. There's going to be 500,000 pounds of fresh produce throughout the year, and we're going to go for it.
Okay. With the $1 million, I know you I know you. Sarah knows you. Hopefully, our listeners that follow you know you. That million is just what you tell people. What are you going for? Like, what is Dion Dawson going for?
I'll say at least 1.5.
At least 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take 50% of that. We'll take 50%. And what can the people that you already serve expect from this?
Oh, no, that's easy. They'll expect the same continued service. They'll expect no interruption in the fresh produce that they're provided. And the people who donate, they'll understand that they're joining a movement and a network that never sleeps, never stops. And so we know that every $1,000 equates to a year's worth of fresh produce to each household. Every $1,000, another household. So we're going to do 1,000 homes. We want everybody to be a part of this because that's how we got here in the first place.
That's a fact. All right, forget all that. It's a competition. Just
Fact.
like you said,
Yes.
It's a competition. How can people participate in this?
Oh, it's easy. They can go to feedthedreamfund.com and they can donate directly, or they can register and be an individual fundraiser, or to create a team, have people join their team and see what they can do. And the prizes are crazy.
What are the prizes?
So for the top individual fundraiser, they'll be awarded a VIP package from the Chicago Bulls that will feature VIP seats, dinner inside the United Center, them standing in the tunnel as the team runs out.
Giving high fives.
Yes.
Okay.
And custom Bulls jerseys.
Oh, yeah. So just so that you all know, if you'd like to join the team to participate and donate, you can join 77 Flavors of Chicago's team.
Absolutely.
And we have a team set up as part of this fundraiser. So go ahead, join that. We'll have all the links and everything down there. Dion, tell the people one more time how they can participate in this and where they need to go.
Feedthedreamfund.com or fundfeedthedream.com.
Okay, there you go. Either one of those links, you go ahead, follow that. Team 77 Flavors of Chicago is going to take this home. Dion.
Take it home.
It's been a pleasure, man.
I'm like, appreciate it.
Let's get it.